அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனிப்பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி. Hailed as Vallalar, Saint Ramalinga Thiru Arutpa Vallalar is one of the modern mystics of India who has come into this world to redeem or to lead the humanity in the right path. His basic tenet is God is one and so is mankind. He is eager to find a one world. He always advocates universal brotherhood. He started a Shanmarga Sabai at Vallalar. The word Sabai means a place which clarifies the difference between real and unreal, divine and earthly, eternal and time-bound, immortal and temporal. So he wants the human beings to realize the importance of the supreme truth or supreme reality. He started this Shanmarga. Of course, he is the first to start a Shanmarga. Thayumanuvar started at Malakote temple with affiliations to Saivism, and Vallalar is the first person to start Shanmarga, stressing on the inner light of man. Without any deity, he stresses on the inner light of man. This Shanmarga means to be one's own self. Tan unmai panbil nitkum nilai. That is the divinity that is present in all of us. To realize that is the purpose of Shanmarga. And with internal peace and clarity of mind, he tries to awaken the inner reality of the simple soul and lead him towards the highest spiritual reality. The inner soul identifies itself with the outward reality, and the body has to attain the state of deathlessness. There is a harmonious blending of a great Siddha and Bhakta devotee in Saint Ramalinga Vallalar. He says in one of his Pillai Chiru Vinnappam, he says, I don't have a desire to live like this. No desire to be born or to attain fame in the universe or to do miracles. No desire to renounce to or to sleep in suffering. But as a real Bhakta devotee, he says that I have dedicated my body, soul and things, everything to thee, my Lord. I have no freedom. I have no liberty to decide what to do because I have surrendered completely to God. And God has made him a disciple, a son, and a devotee, and finally a saint. He says in Meyyarul Viyappu that these are the stages that he has undergone in his spiritual epiphany. He was taken as a disciple, a son, a devotee, and finally a saint. So the soul recognizes the one Shivam that is immanent in the whole of the universe, and he declares in Yetkai Shivam, and I understand that there are the one, thou art the one, you are one, and dances in the holy many humanity. Very beautifully he brings in this, and as he was rightly called Vallalar, the greatest benefactor of mankind, because he donated grace rather than any worldly things. He wants the whole of humanity to experience the same inner realization of the supreme truth that he has undergone. And he says, I can't perish I can't preach the great divine grace with which I am blessed. I want the whole world to experience, to receive the divine grace. So the divine light is Arutperum Jyoti. The divine light is the Arutperum Jyoti, and in the spiritual process, he advocates the state of deathlessness. To experience the vast grace light, Arutperum Jyoti, he has started the Satya Shangam, Satya Jnana Sabhai at Vadalur in 1865. The Chit Sabha symbolizes the comprehending reality, and the Pot Sabha refers to the apprehending reality. So the Jnana Shanmarga Sabha stands for the territory poise of the supermind. It helps to transcend caste, creed, and faith at the lower level and death at a higher level. By divine compassion, love, and Jyoti worship, he shows us the path of deathless state. In addition, his divine verses, Thiru Arutpa, leads men towards light and illumination. He says Jivakarunyam is the key to the doors of heaven. In his book Jivakarunya Virkam, he says that for all good actions, man will get a reward in the other world. But for feeding the hungry and for Jivakarunyam, he will be rewarded in this world itself, immediately. And greater his work, he says that Jivakarunyam is a key to the doors of heaven. So to him, man is a cosmic man, not an individual, but the whole of mankind. Great bliss means everything appears as thyself. See everything as one's own self. Though God appears in varied forms like sunlight, moonlight, starlight, lamplight, a man misses the real light. So God is the vast grace light, and through Jyoti worship, the soul can reach the divine. The smaller light joining the greater light of the universe. Vallalar speaks of the various illusions that prevent the divine vision or the divine illumination. And for this, he presents the idea of screen or curtain, and he talks of 7 screens of different colors. The 7 screens symbolizes 7 powers, and these worldly powers must be removed to have a dawn or the realization of the divine light. The 7 colors are black, blue, green, red, yellow, milky white, and the mixed colors. Black stands for Maya Shakti or the primordial powers, and blue stands for Kriya Shakti, the power of action. Third, green stands for Parashakti, that is divine Shakti, power. Red stands for Icha Shakti, that is the power of desire. Yellow stands for Jnana Shakti, the power of knowledge. Milky white stands for Adi Shakti, or the original power. And mixed color stands for Sit Shakti, that is the power of pure intellect. Sit is pure intellect, stands for pure intellect. These 7 curtains block the vast grace light of God. So these 7 should be removed. The function of the power is to veil the kingdom of self, the divine space, the knowing faculty of the self, the truth, the space of the Lord, and the higher experiences. So the divine light also can dispel all these powers. The curtains have to be raised or removed to get a clearer vision of the divine light. So according to Vallalar, God is the natural truth, Yetkai Unmai. He is the natural bliss, Yetkai Inbam, and natural knowledge, Yetkai Jnanam. So Siddhi Valagam is really the heart of man. It stands for the heart of man, man's self. God is man's man, and there is no need for man to go in search of God elsewhere. There is no need for any rituals to be followed. Through light or Jyoti worship, light worship, with a lamp, the soul can realize the light within him. God is not an abstraction. That is very, very important. He is not an abstraction, but the one reality that can be apprehended, understood even by an ordinary soul. There is no need for any mantra or tantra to reach God, but by Jiva Karunyam, by realization of God's presence in us, man can attain the supreme truth, knowledge, and also reach the deathless state. Let us try to realize the self in us, the presence of divinity in us, by reading or reciting the verses of great Vallalar, and also by Jyoti worship. Arutperum Jyoti, Arutperum Jyoti, Tani Perum Karunai, Arutperum Jyoti. Nandri. Thank you.